Good evening, everybody. Somebody just texted me I'm flying a lot today, and yes, I am. I'm making up for lost time. I'm feeling much better, and I've missed this. I've missed the excitement, and I've missed the flying and everything. So, I've got Alex with me on Discord here. Any one of you guys want to join us, just join Discord. Come sit here with us, talk nonsense, enjoy the ride with us, and all those other nice things. I'm going to go live on VATSIM shortly, and then you guys can follow us on whatever app you have doing that as well. So I'm going to be flying Delta1791. That will be the call sign and the flight number. And it's obviously now from KMCO, and then we're going to go up to Atlanta from Orlando. Let's see if it will connect. And we're up. So let's quickly see. What the heck? Can't read it when it's written in such funny characters. Pre-departure clearance. Oh, fantastic. I pre-filed this flight there, Alex. I've just connected, and Michael Burker sent me my pre-departure clearance already. That is so freaking awesome.
That is really cool. GLS just came alive on me. It's recognized the runway. Everything's working.
Excellent. Hey Daryl, welcome. Thanks for joining from Canada. Amazing what satellites can do for us, you know, us sitting here in the southern tip of Africa and talking real time with each other, broadcasting video and all these things. It's amazing. Alright, so let's get Cute Scoop on the screen here for you guys, put you guys in the picture. Alright, so that is Cute Scoop. We're going to fly here from the bottom up to Atlanta. There is a tower controller. We've just received our pre-clearance already. The guys are on the ball, love it. So it's about time I start prepping this little aircraft. Right, guys, please don't be shy. Yes, Francisco, let's quickly see. Where are you at? Have you ever been on my Discord server? Because if you can get on the server in any of the rooms, I can pull you into where we at. If you are not a member of my server, but I think you are. I think you are. Then all you need to do is follow the link in the description below the video. There is a link, an invitation that you can follow, and then join us.
He should be. I mean, he's done a group flight with us before,
this is what I'm thinking. Yeah. You just need to get to one of the rooms so I can see you. Right, this is actually a VA flight, so I'm going to start my VA client quickly, and there's Francisco. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello guys, how are you?
Oh, very well. How are you, Francisco?
We're good, we're good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Are you flying with Francisco? My transponder code is 0746. For 60746, there we go. 360, that's right. Jag 6 Mateo direct. Maintain 5000. Alright. Okay. This is awesome that they give us that so quickly in the whole story. But what runway? Plan runway 18 left. Oh, listen to this. He gives me the whole clearance and then he says there, do not reply to this message. Push back and engine startup at pilot's discretion. Contact appropriate ground controller with current ATC for taxi instructions. Pre-departure clearance end. I've never seen them do that. I mean, I'm a controller as well and I've never done that to anybody. Sorry?
I've had it done before in the US. Apparently on VATSIM now I have the application that just gives you the auto clearance and says, well, just call me when you're ready to.
Okay. Oh, that's freaking awesome. I'm impressed.
We had this in our latest group flight when there was 10 of us taking off and he was just dispatching the clearances like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. We had it was a mess.
Now, well, yeah, okay, I think I missed 1 or 2 group flights. That's probably why I missed that.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Alright, that takes care of that.
And I'm on the GLS and it's just intercepted beautifully.
Cool. Tell you what, every time I fly this bird, I love it more. Told Zibo the other day also, thank you so much for all he does for us. I tell you, it's amazing. Oh, donkey. I just received food. Thank you so much.
That's always good.
Yeah. Jag 6, that's correct. 18 left is correct. Right, my planning will probably change, but for now it is Jedi 2 on runway T7 right.
I'm also planning for 27 right.
Cool.
That's what Sim Brief gave.
Yeah. And LARZZ, we've got that. So let's see. What is this MCAP and yo-yo? Okay, we suppose we can take yo-yo. Okay, vectored onto yo-yo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out. Let the aircraft actually fly to yo-yo. Why not? Alright, so this will be like a vector departure. We can't use this stupid standard instrument departure literally turns you around, so you're gonna have to get some form of vectors or something set up going here. So we've got a tower. I don't know if anybody else will come on later, but from what I see is we're gonna have to vector ourselves. Cool. Right, we're flying across index of 40. Reserves 2.4. Sorry guys, I am broadcasting for you two sitting here in Discord with me, so I don't want to just keep quiet and then the guys watching don't know what I'm doing or what it's about. So I'm talking a lot, in other words.
No problem. I'm on short final. That's why I'm so quiet.
Okay. Six.
At what gate are you, Nico?
That's a good question. I can't remember. Let me see. 8. Gate 8.
Okay.
I'm using the numbers byware, so if that helps. I'm not sure if they changed the gate numbers between sceneries, but this is the numbers.
I'm going to 9 and we'll see.
Okay. I know it's possible. I've seen guys do it, but there is a static aircraft. Yeah, I want to one day go and sit and kill all these static aircraft. It irritates me because number 9 is taken by a static in my scenery, and then number 7 is open as well as. I need to get down to the other one. See, number 5 and 7 is open on my scenery.
No problem, I'll get into one of them and then you'll tell me and I'll switch.
Sure. Right, okay, FMC is done. How many minutes is left? Oh no, plenty of minutes left, so we won't do that now.
Okay, landing was uneventful. So
Awesome.
3.36 is good to go. You let me know how it goes for you, but at least for me on the short hop, it was very, very good.
Good. Look, from what I understand, 36 full is basically just the full package as we had it this afternoon anyway. Alright. There might be one or two changes, I don't know. But from my understanding is it's basically 343, what 3.34 full plus 43. And that makes the full package. If Zibo changed something, obviously I won't know. So Don't hold me to it, but that's what I perceive it to be.
Did
And
you
then-
have the cut, takeoff cut in 4.6?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then it's in this one as well. So
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I mentioned 4.3, but I recall now it was 4.6, yeah. So anyway, look, don't hold me to it. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe that's what it's about. So. $1,000. Right. The touchdown zone is actually at an elevation of 985, while the airport is at an elevation of 1026. So I'm just going to go for 1000. That's nice in the middle. Right, we've got a 5-knot wind here, so there's no big train smash.
Folks from the cockpit, like to welcome you on board. We're ready up front. Everybody's closed up outside. We're just
Let's
waiting.
get on to Swift. Let's have a look, see what else do we need to do. He said 5,000. I go 5,000.
It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Should be underway here shortly. Thanks for flying with Delta today.
185. Oh, let me just take this thing away. Sorry. 185. It's for the heading. We are going to use the heading. Alright, our V speed 141. That we're going to use. Alright. Lovely. ATC, let's see what do we have for ATIS. 121-250.
So I'm in. Can you see me?
Give me a second. Yeah, you are busy. Let me not go there. You have spawned on one of the statics. It's okay. If
Okay,
it doesn't bother you, I don't.
I'll change.
I don't
Five,
mind.
5, 7.
Yeah, 5 or 7. Yeah. Not 7. 5 or what the hell is this? Sorry. Yeah, it's 7. It's right. 5 or 7.
Orlando INTL information, Charlie.
Is it better now?
1700
I'll check now.
Wind 230 at 5. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 4,900 view. 25,000 view. 27,000 scattered. Temperature
Yes.
31.
No, you went one too far. Now you're on another static.
1014. Arriving runway
That's fine for me. I'll go one left.
Yeah, one left is fine.
Advise on initial contact you have, Charlie.
Why am I hearing that on the wrong speakers? Where do we set the audio? They both set to my headset, but I
Is it
don't
okay
hear the
now?
ATIS. Perfect, Francesco, perfect. 21250.
Orlando
Just got the
INTL
message as well,
information
pretty
Charlie.
quick.
1700 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 5, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 4,900 few, 25,000 few, 27,000 scattered, temperature 31, dew point 18. Area QNH 1014. Arriving runway 17 left, departing runway 17 left. Advise on initial contact you have Charlie.
I don't think this is the right ATIS I'm listening to. I think I'm listening to the actual ATIS from Explain. That can't be true. Let's have a look, see if we can find this VATSIM ATIS somewhere else.
On Swift, if you check the ATIS on Swift, it'll have a little text below it that says what it is.
Okay, this guy in the pre-clearance said to use runway 18 left. Now the ATIS, that what we heard. Okay, hang on. 18 left is still in here. It's still in here. Alright, don't worry. It's information India. Information India is good enough. Right, so all we need to know. Okay, he says I need to file or change my altitude to 350. We're going west. Why do we have to fly on odds? I don't know. If it pleases him, we shall do that. We shall fly 350. Pre-deposit clearance has been changed. 350. Cool.
Nico, do you have any temps for departure? Or
What do you mean temperatures?
I haven't got the Top Cat, so.
Oh yeah. I'm using derated takeoff 2 with 43 degrees ECL.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to start my APU.
Have you selected any specific departure? Any SID?
Yeah, it's JAG 6, but you have to fly vectors. You have to vector yourself because it literally wants you to fly the opposite direction. So you're gonna have to turn around 180 degrees.
6, okay.
Okay, APU is on the bus. GPU can go off. Better push back. Let's call the man. Request.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, so before we go through all the rigmarole, let's do that.
Prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and I'll call.
Right, well, I'm ready to push, so what I'm going to do is I will push back when my time is okay. I need another 2 or 3 minutes, just for the VA. And I'm going to push back, and before we taxi, we're going to talk to Tower and just get our taxi clearance. Easy as pie, I hope.
Perfect.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Three five.
118450, right? Yeah.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Swift is busy dying. Nope. Why am I getting this? Oh yes, and another thing. To switch this thing off. Clear. I'm not getting the audio in my headset for some reason. Why? And it's definitely set up for it. Hello, 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 hello. Shibbit. I hope I'm going to be able to hear this guy. Let's do a radio check. Why not? Orlando Tower, good evening. Delta 1791, a radio check. Orlando Tower, Delta 1791, do you copy? Radio check. Nothing. That does not bode well. Oops.
Orlando INTL information Charlie. 1800 Zulu weather.
No man, why are you doing this to me now? Alex? How's it, Paul? Okay, now there's a problem. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Hello, anybody home?
Hello.
I can hear you, Nico.
Alright, thank you. It's deathly quiet. I don't know what happened here. I'm gonna try this radio check again. Orlando Tower, Delta 1791, radio check. Ach, no, man. Ach, nee. Don't know what the story is. There's nothing.
All good?
I don't know. Can you talk to him? Can you try raise him? I can't get him on the phone.
Yep, I'll try. All's good on my end.
No, I wonder why I'm not getting through to him. I've got absolutely nothing. Nothing. Not on any of my speakers.
Have you entered Swift with administrator right?
That's a good question.
Because you need to. You have Swift. You have Discord, and then you have Swift. You need to log in or execute with administrator.
Okay, I'm closing it quickly. And then
can I go ahead and ask for my clearance?
Yes, please. Daryl, sorry, while we're waiting for Swift to come alive here, let me concentrate on the text again. I changed the CI to 40 because that is what my virtual airline requires. Each of the virtual airlines have got their own requirements. In real world, we fly by default on 20 in South Africa. The airlines here, all of them, fly on 20 in the Boeing. For instance, Ryanair fly on 6. British Airways usually fly on either 0 or 1 or whatever. It's going to be a ridiculous low number. Each one has got its own requirements. For Delta and for today's flight, they gave me 40. So that's where the changes in CI come in. You can ask SimBrief or PFPX to suggest its own. It's much of a muchness, but if you fly for the VA, we just try and keep it real. So that's why I use what I do. Right, let's try and connect Swift again. There we go, I got my clearance thing again.
Orlando IA.
Orlando Tower, Delta 1791, radio check. Nothing. How's that possible?
Have you logged in with administrator right?
Yes, sir. The only thing that changed, Francisco, is I installed the latest version of Swift before the flight. It's the first time I'm using this version. The previous version worked. There was an update during the week because of the problem that was generated with the ICAO that somebody used online that wasn't compatible with the network. So there was a service release for Swift. And anyway, okay, I'm not going to waste time with that then. Let's just disconnect. I don't want to upset anybody, and I'm not going to use text. Unfortunately, this will not be a VATSIM flight then. I will have to fix this offline and come back when I'm not streaming. So, bye-bye, Swift. Sorry, Francisco.
No problem.
Alright, so for all practical intent and purposes, I am then ready to push. Alright.
Why is your track degrees going crazy at the moment?
It happens because of better pushback. It's just during the pushback. Can you believe how disappointed I am right now? I can't believe it. I'm really
Because of
disappointed.
Swift?
Yeah, I'm totally disappointed, devastated. Silly, stupid.
Oh, I can understand that, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but I also cannot hear the better pushback radio. The guy's not speaking to me anymore. It's dead. I wonder what happened on the audio. It's like something broke on the audio bus in the computer. I don't know. Look, because I mean, you can't even hear the better pushback. That's strange. Guys on the stream, I suppose you can still hear me. The Discord guys I know can hear me. I hope the stream guys can hear me.
I heard your first radio check, your first
Okay.
question to him, and he answered you, but
Yeah, but
you
I
didn't
couldn't hear
listen.
him. I couldn't hear him. Sorry, Reinhard.
Stream
Okay.
sound is good, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. My son is just making fun of me. He says even he can hear me next door. Oh, he says he's watching the stream. Okay, all right, cool. Thanks, thank you, son. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pushing back just for information.
Yeah, cool. I've just pushed back anyway. Just want to check that I've set up 35,000 now in the cruise. Yeah, I need to change that. Right. Alright, I'm gonna taxi now. Silly. Hey Keith, welcome to the stream. I just noticed your message there. Welcome. Things did not work out for me as planned, but I'm glad you are here, and then you can see the rest. Alex? He's still muted, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. 20 minutes, please, for stand for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you, you too. Ooh, this is nice. Alex, oh, no, I'm still muted. Guys, this is also new in the new version. We could always do this in the old PMDG NGX. If you press your engine button twice now, it gives you all the engine pressure, temperatures and stuff on your middle screen there on, what do you call it, the ACAS.
That's cool. I'll try it.
Yeah. Awesome. I always wondered when he was going to implement that. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, I'm ready to go, Francisco. Can I go?
Yeah. I'm just taxing to holding point, so feel free.
Thank you so much. Albapino, yes, this is the latest one. This is 36.
Well, I just discovered something there that you can get those engineering numbers up there. That's very nice.
told me to turn left to 140 after departure, so you're right.
Okay.
Positive rate.
You're flying with the cut feature or just the regular?
What on earth are you talking about? Sorry?
The cut for noise abatement will cut down your.
Oh no,
N1.
I'm just flying normal. No, just flying normal.
Is there an option to switch that on?
Yes.
Or
On
like
page
that?
2, on page 2 of the engine ones, you can switch it on page 2.
Okay.
Gonna try it now on the return flight from Zurich. See if it works.
Albapino, the spoilers you
Let us
do
know.
not actually arm. You just put RTO on. That arms the spoilers indirectly for you. So if you have an aborted takeoff, they will work. Don't worry about it. But you never ever do it manually. I'm not sure if they changed anything with the sound. There was no notice of that there was a change in the sound. Oh, there's a whole list of things. You must check in the README. There's a whole list of things that changed. Wow, this is a beautiful departure.
Doesn't it feel so much nicer? I mean, the aircraft feels so very stable.
Yeah.
I think it feels lighter. I don't know what you guys.
No, mine's perfect. Mine's really great. What's your settings on your controller like? You might just need to change something. Oh, come on. That's the wrong way of doing it. Wow, now we're gonna go disappear into this cloud. Oh, this is lovely. This is stunning. I love my orthos.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love my orthos, man. I really struggle to fly in areas where I don't have ortho.
Well, guys, happy flying. I've got to go and do some real life socializing now, so good luck.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Paul.
Bye.
Bye-bye, enjoy. Albapino, I almost exclusively fly only Boeing. It is out of choice and obviously due to the services rendered to the Zibo team and project. I tend to spend most of my time in this aircraft. I do have various Airbuses, of which the jar design is my favorite one.
What altitudes are you, Nico?
I'm going 13.5 now. Albapino, yes, I prefer the jar design way above the Tolus. There's only one thing missing or that they need to fix in the jar design, and that's just the flare and the landing. Once that is done, I will probably struggle a lot to fly any of the Airbuses. If I just want to do an Airbus flight and I just want to enjoy myself without thinking too much, I fly the Tolles. It's a very good trainer. It's an excellent model. I love it. I really do. But my first love and my heart goes to jar design above all else.
Don't let your wife hear that.
No, we're not bringing her into the equation. Don't worry. Yeah, so the moment they fix the flare and landing, I told Andre Belov the other day, I spoke to him personally as well. I said, I'm just waiting for that day. Day you guys fix that, that'll be the number one bus in X-Plane, eh? Aubrey. Hello, hello. Oh, this is so cool. Alex, are you off again?
Yes.
Oh, no, yeah. That fight I told you about, it's still raging on that other server. Now other guys have come
Really?
and told the guy the same nonsense. Yeah, well, they told him the same thing because of his nonsense. He's just unreal, that guy. I don't even mention his name on my stream, but damn it, they're busy taking him out there. Hey, Johan. How are we doing? Well, how are you doing? Wow, lovely. Wow, look at that picture. Wow. Well, I'm at least glad I am still doing the flight. I just wish it was online now. I better stop whining, sorry. Albapina, you're right, you need to have also. Francisco?
Yep.
I've actually gone into the settings now. I've made sure that it starts up by default to run as administrator on the Swift client. So when I'm done here, I'll do a test or two and just make sure that I get it going, because this was, out of the blue now.
No problem. I'm on Unicom now as well, so. Were you expecting to fly for virtual Delta or something like that?
I am flying for them. It's they don't care if I do it offline, which I am doing now. So I didn't stop the flight or the virtual logging of it. It's still running. It's just that it's not on VATSIM now. So.
Oh, you can do it offline.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, you can. Well, Johan, did you see this ACAS display? Look what Zibo added for us there. Did you see that? I mean, that's the first thing that I noticed the moment I clicked the button. It popped up.
That is cool. It transfers from the lower display to the upper display, so your lower display can stay blank for emergencies.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna try the cutoff departure for noise abatement. All the way back to Geneva now.
Okay.
Alex, where do you said we had those nose abatement? I'm looking for that and I can't find it.
You know on the page where you enter the runway data?
Yeah.
Page 2, next page.
Yeah, you have to go to page 2.
Oh, I see.
Bottom right option.
At the bottom, there's a cutback on off.
Yeah.
I think he's put it in there for now, and if it ever makes it to official, he'll put it on the FMC. It reminds me of the early days of the Zibo when the options were in the FMC.
Before Avitab.
Yep. So he's probably not sure he wants to include it yet, so he put it there temporarily, I think, and if it's good, it'll make it in the main version.
Just had the passenger Escobar.
Awesome. Johan, welcome to the club. We all do it. If you don't do it, you suffer. And that fight's still going on. I'm glad I left that fight to someone else now.
What happened, Nico?
There's a guy that came and asked for support, so I gave him support. But his attitude was like from the gutter. There's no other way to explain it. He's like a bottom of the barrel, bottom feeder, gutter attitude kind of person. And so what happened was I lost it with him at one point in time, and I told him to leave me alone. I don't want to speak to him anymore. And then I see there's like 10 other guys now busy chasing him up, but he's like not giving up. He just wants his way, and to hell with any and everybody else. So I'm not interested in fights like that. You know, you can't win against. No, you can't win against somebody that doesn't understand the basics. You know, of just common decency. Never mind everything else. Anything
you
else.
know what I say about internet fights, right?
Yeah.
If you fight on the internet, it's like the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Even if you win, you're still retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Amore, anti-ice not required. We are not in a precipitation area. There is no precipitation. The only time we're going to use the anti-ice is when we go below 10 degrees Celsius here on the display. Our air temperature needs to go below 10 degrees Celsius, and then there needs to be moisture in the air. So there is no moisture for that. No need. No need for it at all.
If I can add something to what you're saying, during a climb or cruise, if you go below 40, minus 40 saturated, not
yes.
that,
yeah.
then you can turn it off. But during
yes.
descent, it's mandatory below minus 10
yes.
Total air temperature.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Johan, sorry. No, don't even worry about it. It's something that just came and went.
It's beautiful up here. This area is so
Yeah,
nice.
very lovely.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt lights off. You're free to move about. Once you are seated, we recommend you keep your belts fastened. Thank you.
Guys, somebody on the forum, on the Zibo forum, asked this afternoon, why does his keyboard die? If you leave your screen on this search screen while you are able to type in that little opening over there, your numlock basically dies because it continues. As you can see, it keeps on typing there, so you will lose your views. All you need to do is get out of this screen and then your views will work again. So you can see it's working. That was kind of funny. Every now and then somebody asks about that. Right, guys, I want to go and grab some water and quickly warm my food up because it arrived just before takeoff and it's all cold now. So I'm just going to put the AFK notice on and I'll be back shortly. If guys, I'm going to leave Alex, you and Francesco on the audio on the stream, so you can just shout at the guys and tell them I'll be back.
No
No problem. No
We'll
problem.
behave.
Yeah, we will behave.
Mic off.
Well, I can't vouch for Francisco, but I'll behave.
I'm better behaved than you, man.
I don't know. Maybe.
So Alex, why are you not flying with us? Tell me that story.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was pulling out of the gate in Zurich when Nico announced his flight. So I was already on my way to test the latest release. And so I was already
yeah, you
in
were.
the air.
Yeah, with that Caribbean livery.
Yeah, because I'm using a default livery just to make sure, you know, I don't have a livery with an object. I would screw things up. So I'm using everything default now before putting my libraries in. And now I'm going to test the cutoff, like cutoff departure.
Let me know how that goes.
I have no idea because it'll cut the engine down to 83% N1 at 800 feet. Until
yeah, it's
3000.
a little bit scary. Yeah. And low.
Well, they do it all the time in real life for noise abatement. I'm sure in Lisboa or Porto, especially Lisboa, they have to do it. I know they have noise abatement.
Yeah. In Lisbon, yeah. In Porto, no. There's not a big residential area around the airport.
I know. I've been to Porto once. The airport's really out of town, but Lisboa, it's straight at the opening of the bay.
There is a really big discussion with Lisboa's airport. Experts say that one day there'll be a huge problem because the approach is so close to lots and lots, you know, lots of houses, and you have Beja Airport, which is a new airport, like 1 hour away from Lisbon. but it's not in central Lisbon, so there's a big fight over that issue.
Yeah, we got the same problem with Geneva. It's close to everything, but there's no space. So
Yeah.
Geneva is actually closed after 2200 local.
Really, 2200?
Yep, closes.
So that people can sleep?
Exactly, and it opens at 6 a.m. You can't land after 2200. They make like one exception, like after up until I think 2300 exceptionally, like for safety reason, and after 2300 it has to be really, really exceptional, like a mayday or a pan, they will let you land, but you get about 5 of these a year, but they don't do anything after 2300.
I guess that's Switzerland for you.
Well, the king of Saudi Arabia wanted to, you know, get his knee fixed in Zurich, right? So he arrives with his private A380 at like 3 a.m. over Zurich, declares a mayday, pan. So of course they let him land because they declared a medical emergency.
Yeah.
Right. When they figured out that the medical emergency was him flying into Zurich to get his knee fixed, you know, they fined him $25,000.
That's change for him. They should have fined him like 10 times more.
Well, I think we have standard fines, so.
Yeah, I'm just joking, but when did that happen?
Well, I mean, they declared a pan medical emergency at 3 a.m. because, you know, he just felt, they told him, you know, can't land in Zurich, and he didn't care. He wanted to go now to get his, you know, knee surgery or whatever, and so they declared pan medical emergency, and they landed in Zurich at 3 a.m. And when they found out it was a fake emergency, he got fined $25,000.
Yeah, but was it this year or?
No, it was like 10 years ago or something.
Oh, okay. I went to Switzerland, I think, 2 weeks ago, but to the German part, I went to Basel.
Oh, that's beautiful over there. I love it.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So hot, man. So hot.
Yeah, that summer was really warm. Yeah, so they had to relearn to fly all over again because I changed my setup. The first time in my life I had to get rudder pedals, so I had to learn to steer with my feet now. It's crazy.
Mic on.
Guys, I am here. I'm just quickly trying to finish the dinner because I'm really hungry and it looks so good. And now that it's nice and warm, I want to get it in.
And if your wife is anything like mine, she's gonna give you hell if you don't eat it.
Exactly. My wife's actually gone to bed already. Lights out, so she's probably sleeping now already. But she'll check in the morning, so I better make sure I eat everything. It's nice. Anyway, I love listening to you guys. It's very interesting, all the stories you talk about. I mean, we've had some pretty strange incidents here in South Africa as well. But I would prefer not to speak about it on on the air, you know, because you never know who's listening.
Yeah, some of them, make the funny video sections on some websites. It's really kind of scary.
We had a guy in the week. I mean, one of the things that you are taught when you get your license is air law, right? I mean, air law is part and parcel of your PPL. You can't even fly a microlight if you don't pass air law, okay? This joker lands his RV-10 on the taxiway in amongst the Boeings and the Airbuses at Joburg International because he wanted to drop a friend off to get a connecting flight. No, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday this past week. First of all, it's not the kind of airspace that you come into. I think it's a Class B airspace, or even A. It could be an A. He's got no right, no clearance, nothing. Didn't speak to ATC, just comes and lands. So I think that guy has got more problems than he can imagine. I would love to know what the outcome is going to be of this investigation, because it's unbelievably weird.
Wait, Harrison Ford came to Joburg? I didn't know about that.
No. This is another incident. So,
so which side of South Africa is Joburg at?
Center, North Center.
Okay, I got FAG, but that's not it. It's
FAOR.
I need to fly down there. Never flew there. Here in Expo.
We had a lovely
Can't
flight
find
this
it.
morning. Give me a second, I'll find it for you now.
Oh, found it.
FAOR.
It definitely looks like a Class Bravo airspace.
Probably Bravo, yeah. This oak just came in there, didn't speak to ATC, just landed. You know, oh well, my buddy needs a connecting flight, so I offered to fly him in there.
Crap. Yeah, it's a Class Bravo from 76, flight level 76 to surface.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? I mean, really?
I was going to say here, TIA, right?
I'm just gonna mute my mic quickly, just gonna finish the ribs. I'll be back shortly.
Mic off.
So Alex, tell me, how's that going with your rudder pedal?
I'm used to it now. I got it especially for this small, single prop plane. And it's really fun. You actually feel like you're actually flying it, especially when you do crosswind landing. It's really cool.
Yeah, it should be cool. Never tried one of those. What brand did you buy?
Thrustmaster, $100. They were really great. I mean, first time I ran the Zibo off the runway while landing.
You don't really buy those stuff online, or is there a specific shop here in this area that I'm not aware of?
Bought it at the shop that sells other computer gear, joysticks and stuff. It should be available anywhere where you would buy a joystick or game controller. What's your general electronics outfit and Puerto?
Sorry, didn't hear.
What's your general outfit if you needed a keyboard or a mouse? Where would you go in Portugal?
Well, in Portugal we have like those not specific shops, but huge shops that sell everything, like Radio Popular or Fnac or something like that. We don't have lots of specific shops. But I was wondering, I'm living here in Germany right now. Joystick or something like that. So I didn't know if in this area if there were like a specific online shop or a specific physics shop. So I was just asking about that.
6, 7 de setembro. Hey, got todos os livros. You got 20% off. I found a few Trust Matter product at Fnac. Let me see if I can find it.
You're reading out of a Portuguese site?
Of course, of course. I'm actually fluent in Brazilian. I can't that.
Yeah, you told me about that last time, about your wife and stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. But I have to say, German's pretty difficult. More difficult.
I have an easier time understanding the Brazilian accent though, because that's what I'm used to. My Portuguese friends, I have to listen a bit closer when they speak fast, because it's a different, accent.
But you know that's actual Portuguese, right?
Oh, well, that's gonna be a never-ending fight, man, if we start that one.
I'm kidding.
I had a Brazilian guy tell me that Portuguese is a dialect of Brazil.
I mean, that can't be a discussion or an argument, because just think of the name. It's not Brazilian. Brazilian's not.
Well, he just told me, he was like, look, there's 200 million in Brazil and 5 million Portuguese, so what's the dialect? In typical,
okay.
Brazilian fashion.
Typical, yeah, not historical at all.
I sent you a link to the ones I have. I'm very happy with them for the price.
Thanks, man. I'll just check it out. I've visited here in Freiburg, where I'm living now. I've visited Saturn. I don't know if you know the shop. They're not that bad, but I was just wondering if there were any other specific shops about these.
Yeah, but Fnac, they have it. So that's all you need.
Super, I'll check it out as soon as I land this guy.
But you know what I found really interesting, like comparing the two languages, was that I think the Brazilian, they speak a Portuguese sometimes a lot like it was in the 15th or 16th centuries when the Portuguese went over there to colonize. It's kind of evolved from there, and the modern Portuguese has kind of modernized itself. And in part of Brazil, they still use, like in Argentina, they would still use Spanish that's kind of older.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean,
Yeah.
they use certain forms that are no longer used in modern Portuguese because, like in Spanish and Argentina, they use ustedes, which is rarely used in Spain.
Yeah, as a Portuguese, I have to say, I really like the Brazilian accent, but I cannot say that that's a language. I mean, historically, we didn't found Brazil, but we colonized Brazil for lots of time, and then all of the story happened. But I really like the Brazilian accent. I think it's really nice. They can't argue with. I think they're really funny.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, definitely Portuguese is the original language, and they colonized over there, and then the language is split, right? And like all colonies, they went their own ways, and the European languages evolved.
Of course.
But I understand it really well. I speak enough to be able to order a beer at any restaurant and sort of kind of,
That's just what you need, man. Nothing else.
It's just the conjugation that is way more difficult than in French. I find Portuguese conjugation extremely difficult and rich and varied and very, very subtle.
Mic on.
Right, well, my descent has just automatically started again, and I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I'm descending 2700 for the ILS, and I'm still going to use 27 right, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch you descend, see what it does.
There's somebody, Almere, speaking to you guys, on stream.
Mic off.
Yeah, he's saying Portuguese is complicated.
Portuguese, I mean, I can't talk because it's my mother language, and that would be stupid. But for people who want to learn, they say that it's really, 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 really hard. But
I think the basics of it, but just the difference between SIR and STAR for me is very complicated. If you come from a language that doesn't have it, it's very complicated to grasp when to use SIR and when to use STAR. I still can't figure it out, and I confuse both of them.
yeah, it's not easy to explain. It just comes naturally, you know.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And Portuguese has a lot of those, very precise, subtle things that you can't really explain intellectually, but just has this feel, you can feel them, So one has a thing of permanence, and the other one has more of a thing like a fleeting condition, And so there's a lot of things you can express, a lot more concepts in Portuguese sometimes, which I think is kind of cool, But it still makes it very, very complicated for coming from a language like French, where you don't have those concepts.
Yeah, I know. I'm learning German now, and they have the sein verb, which goes for those both. So we have two verbs in Portuguese for one in German. But yeah, people also struggle in Portuguese with as in German, with the article stuff, with the feminine, masculine, with verbs as well.
And with the neutral, because you don't have that in Portuguese.
Yeah. We don't have that. Either is it masculine or feminine, even an object or something like that.
And then there's the flexions. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How it goes. Der Akkusativ ist dem Genitiv seinem Dativ, for example.
Don't talk me about that, please. I have nightmares with that. It's really hard when in your mother language, for example, something is masculine or feminine, and then you start learning a new one, and it's the other way around. It's just.
I know. Well, I mean, it's the same thing in French, in Portuguese we have some things that sound similar but are totally different. Like, esperar in Portuguese means to wait and not to hope.
Yep.
See, another thing my wife says all the time in French, she would say, to win presents, because that's what you said in Portuguese. Oh, I'm going to win presents for my birthday, ganhar presentes, and in French you say receive, so it's always kind of funny, when she talks, because she does those little inversions.
Yeah. Do you speak Portuguese with her, or French, or English?
Yeah. Chuchu.
Or a mix. Chuchu is always good.
Beaucoup. Okay, she's gonna say something in Brazilian. I apologize ahead of time.
Oui, tu veux que je dise quoi alors?
Juste quelque chose de sympa sur les avions, que t'aimes les avions.
Eu detesto quando meu marido pilota avião em vez de brincar comigo.
There you go.
Não diga isso, não diga isso.
Mic on.
Well, guys, on that note, I've got good news and bad news for you. Which one you want to hear first?
Bad first.
Bad one.
Okay, I only speak English and Afrikaans, and I'm not familiar with other languages to speak them, but I understand a little bit of German, Flemish, and so. But in terms of the good news, that's about as good as it gets right now. English and Afrikaans works for me.
Afrikaans is like a mix of Dutch and Flemish,
Yes, right? Yeah. Bit of German in there, some English, just change the pronunciation. But those are the big ones, the Dutch and the Flemish.
Yeah, I've heard that's also very, very hard to learn and to talk.
Albapino, sorry, you lost me. What on earth do you mean, sir? Please try again. I'm not following you. Maybe I've just had too much to eat or something, but I don't understand. You want to introduce your last view in the Zibo? I don't understand what you mean, sorry. And Alex, Francisco, I did put the link to that RV10 incident in the chat there on the stream as well, if you guys want to go have a look.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But most important question, did his friend get on his flight on time?
I don't know. Probably. he probably got away, but the pilot was probably arrested.
Oh, okay, El Bapino, I see what you mean. The way you do it, you use control and any of the numpad key to set a view, and then you use the numpad key to go back to that view.
Okay, alright.
So you start watching your stream, like you switch in between different views really fast without, zooming with the mouse and scrolling, and so those are the control and numpad keys.
Yeah. Well, I hope that answers the
question. Or just text camera.
Yeah, but he said he's not using X camera.
Oh, okay.
He was wondering how to do it. He was wondering how to do it without X camera. I have it, but I have it disabled. I only use it to actually make movies of landing and stuff, I use the control. I use the number.
Got it. Albapino, you need to save your preferences file. If you save your preferences file inside of the Zibo, it will save the views, and then you can reuse it. Otherwise, you need X camera so you can save the CSV file, and then it will save it as well, and then you don't have to continuously redo them.
It's in your very excellent guide, Nico. You say that you save the preference, the VR preference, and the livery you want, and then you chuck it.
Yes. Hey, Jay. According to the weather here on my side, Francisco, we're looking at 320 at 12 knots, gusting 18 on the arrival there, eh?
Fun.
Yeah, just saw that. I have. Yeah, exactly that. Gusting 17 on my side. Yeah. With scattered at 5,500. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to 10,000 now. I touched my trim switch. Can you believe it? In the movement. Oop. Kick the autopilot.
I'm 49 miles out, and according to the ATC, I have approach online. I'll be going into 27 left, visual 27 left.
Okay, well, enjoy that. Liam, I'm doing well, thank you. I've had a lot of flying today, test flights, normal fun flights and all. It's been good. It's been good. How was your day? Ouch, that's not good news. Sorry to hear that.
Well, I just tested the CAT, and it works really well. Well, it reduces at 800 feet, it reduces to climb 2, and then at 3,000 above ground it goes back to climb 2 but non-cut. And the aircraft doesn't fall from the sky, but it doesn't really climb really fast.
Is it scary?
No. I mean, you hear the engine spool down, but it climbs at about 1,500. Nothing's...
I'll try that in my next departure, for sure.
Climbs like a very heavy A380.
That's a good. Good.
I've flown way too many Airbuses lately. Just let go of the joystick when my bank angle is established, forgetting to maintain the pressure.
I think sometimes I miss Boeing, sometimes I miss Boeing.
Alright, well, I'm almost going to turn onto this localizer, about 6-7 miles to go for the localizer. By the way, did you guys see that I made a new channel on Discord where we are talking, called a news channel, where it's putting in all the new
Yes,
X-Plane news?
I did.
It's nice, eh?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Have you landed yet, Nico?
Negative. Turning onto the localizer now. I'm 17.2 nauticals from from the airport.
Any abnormalities
Alright.
during descent?
Nothing.
Or
Everything perfect. Perfect here.
Yeah. Does everything automatic the way it should do. The only time I get issues is when I forget to actually pull my throttles back because my hardware throttles interfere. So what I did earlier today, after my first stream, I actually went to the tablet and I tuned the hardware throttle noise lock. I put that on 5, I think, and now that also seems to have disappeared. So the actual throttle is not interfering with the Zibo anymore, which is cool. Saves me a lot of hassle and remembering stuff. Right, so we are established on the localizer. We're waiting for the glide slope to come in now. There it's registered. It's now taking us down. We have our speed brakes armed. Everything seems to be in place. Let's go gear down. Flaps 15.
I'm getting a little bit of turbulence here on approach, near the localizer.
Okay, yeah, I'm shaking a little bit as well. Not much, but I am. And there we go, flaps 30. George, yes, I do. I'm also using the Active Sky Cloud, so the textures that you see is actually the performance clouds from Active Sky, and the weather is generated by Active Sky. Right, 8.2 DME. Well worth it, my friend. If you can get that in your budget, it's well worth it.
2500.
Gear is going down here.
You know what?
Mhm.
I never noticed that the Caribbean Airlines has a Nelson Mandela thing in front.
No. George, you'll see when I land, if I land slightly hard, that XP realistic over-exaggerates the landing quite a bit. But I love it. I love the movement. I don't want to have a static experience. If you look at the tablet, look at the Zibo tablet shaking. The whole cabin is shaking because of the wind and everything. I love it. I want something to actually, show movement. Hello, Elias. Welcome. I'm glad you got the link I sent you. This is the 36 module, so latest and greatest, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that's the next add-on I'm gonna buy, the XP realistic.
Yeah.
I use SimShake, I think, something like that. Not that
There's-
bad for free.
Yeah, there's a head shaker for free, but this one has got much more capability. I used to have head shake, it was nice and all, but I prefer this one now that I've got it.
Yeah, that's it, head shake. Yeah, I use that.
So do you have a preset for it or something?
I'll show you how it works just now. Let me just get on the ground here.
500.
I want to fly this
For
manually.
head shake or XP?
Yeah, for XP realistic, it creates little profiles on its own. I'm not sure if you can actually copy and share it, but it's so easy to work. It's not difficult to set up. There's only one setting that I do switch off actually, and that's the wind, because if you don't switch the wind off, it really blows you out of the cockpit. I mean, it's just too much.
100.
Look how I've got to negotiate this wind delta. Damn it.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's causing this heavy pull to the right after I land, but I'll figure that out. That's the only thing that really annoys me. I'm not sure if it's the tiller that actually sits in the wrong place or what on earth it is. This earlier today, I actually thought it's the rudder pedals that I have my one foot in front of the other one. I really don't know what it is, but to go off center like that.
It might be a ground loop effect.
I don't know what it is, but I mean you can clearly see in the video. I mean there's the tiller. This is where I know it's supposed to be in the center, right? So it's always there when I land. So all I can think of is maybe I'm stepping too much on the one side of the rudder or something, because I'm really finding it difficult with this new rudder pedal set to find center. It's not easy. So I don't know what it is, but I mean you do a good landing and then it pulls heavy to the right all of a sudden. So whatever it is.
Yeah, it's because your airplane's going sideways and all of a sudden you're forcing it to go straight.
Yeah.
So there's one wing There's one wing catching a bit, and so it wants to go into the wind. It's weather waning into the wind. That's what it is.
So, look,
So-
I was crabbing anyway, because the wind was coming from about 2 o'clock, if I recall correctly now. So I was doing a bit of crabbing, and there's got to be some, you know, adjustment made for that. But still, Alex, I mean, it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or make peace with it, whichever comes first, you know.
I generally use a wee bit of aileron into the wind when I line myself up, just a very tad. On 8 or.
I did because I was obviously fighting that wind. I mean, you can see I was fighting the wind. But it's like I put my main gear down, and the next moment it pulls to the right. So I'm not sure if I'm actually landing maybe with the right wheel first. We can see in the replay just now. But anyway, one of those things. It happens. Did I actually switch this thing off now? Yeah, now it's off. But nonetheless, and besides that, this was awesome. I loved this flight.
Yeah, 3.36 is really good.
Just landed. Is it just me, or the plane feels a lot more, you know, easy to?
No, for me it feels the same. Eh? What does your controller setup look like? Have a look at my controller setup. Let me show you.
I'll do it.
Joystick. Where do we actually show this? Oh, it's under control sensitivities there. Right. What I figured out is if you put your pitch, and your roll all on 100%, you get the feeling of weight. If you pull it all to the left, it's like a pit special. You can do aerobatics with it. It's light. You never ever touch the stability augmentation, because then you mess with Zibo's code, and you don't want to do that. So that's always on 0 on the right hand side. But on the control responses, when you put everything on 100, it puts weight into your aircraft. You can feel there's weight. You have to maneuver it before it moves.
I have it just like that. Just like I follow your. I have
guide,
your. I think your guide and your drive. Yeah, on drive you have everything there. Yeah, I have it.
Albapino, I use PFPX. I save all my files in PFPX, then I export them into the FMS output folder. Let me show you. I'm going to drag this onto the screen for you quickly. So this is my X-plane, and then you go to output and FMS plans. These are all my saved plans that I save, and if I want to fly tomorrow to a new destination, I can come and pick them up from here. That's correct, Elias, 100%. Alright, so with all this talking, I'm not concentrating on what I need to do, so I think I did everything. I hope so. Something breaks now, it's okay, we're on the ground. We'll call the AA now. Yeah, so all I do is I export the flight plans into the FMS output folder from whatever you can do it from SimBrief or PFPX in my case, and that's it. Save it.
So guys, I think I'll be heading off. Are you guys planning on flying tomorrow, or?
Yeah, Definitely. No, I want to make up for lost time. So keep an eye out on Facebook or somewhere, or talk to me on Messenger.
Okay, let me know, and then I'm pretty much free tomorrow, so we can do something else. Have you tried to figure out what's the problem with your Swift, Nico?
Not yet, no, because I've been flying. I'll try and do that beforehand, so we can at least fly together.
Okay.
That was
Alex,
a
are you
nasty
still here?
surprise.
Yep. I'm descending now.
Planning on flying tomorrow?
Maybe. Depends what time.
Okay, just let me know, message or something like that, if you're planning tomorrow, and we'll see if we can do that, okay?
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, guys, thanks, Nico. Sorry about your problem.
It's okay.
Hopefully, tomorrow we'll do it.
Yeah, even if I have to reinstall it, we will enjoy. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, bye-bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Why did I do that? I don't want to go to that whole extent. Let's just close everything. Otherwise we get the draft when we watch the replay. Elias, it's a full release, so the better way of installing 36 is you make your backups of the important files that you want to keep, like your liveries and your preferences file or whatever. Delete it completely, remove those 3 files from the X-Plane 11 root folder, make sure there's no Zibo on it, then drop the new one, start X-Plane. It will then rebuild the nav database and those files in the root folder for you. Easy as pie, just start from scratch. I would hesitate to drop it on top of the older version, just from bad experience in the past. So my recommendation is just clean out the old one, make a backup so you can refer back to it if you need to clean it out, put the new one in. Alright, let's get the lights going again. I just want to log this flight to the VA, then I want to do a replay. Alright, the file is logged.
$2,500.
You're welcome. See the crab, Alex?
Yep, I can see it. Just want to see what happens right after you touch down. Yeah, you have a bit of
right
wheel
wheel
into the wind.
Yeah, and the right wheel goes first. You see, then it moves directly into the wind. I need to counter earlier with the rudders, I'm sure.
Weather waning, because you had a lot of crosswind.
Yeah.
See you actually. See you countered too late. I start countering before the nose will touch down. As soon as the mains are down, I left rather hard.
I'm gonna have to practice that a little bit. We'll do that.
Yeah, we could. I had a landing. I mean, real life landing in an A380 and crosswind in Taipei. Lots of crosswind, and I could feel as soon as the main touched down, he jerked it to the left to line it up, and you could really feel it. I mean, they don't even wait until the nose wheel is down, because you really sideways. You're tracking so fast off track at those speeds. I think they really do it while they decrab. I mean, look at a YouTube video of people landing in very heavy crosswinds. You can see they touch down in a decrab almost immediately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the wheels were down pretty much same time. I thought the right one went down first, but it's okay. Yeah, I need to sort this rudder
I
out.
mean,
The rudder here is oversensitive, okay, and I'm scared to oversteer it, but we'll fix it.
yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of videos and I see that very small light planes, what they do, they really use the wing low method and line themselves up
Mm,
before touchdown. And, at the last minute, they kind of straighten and lower one wing. And big jets, they
mm,
come in totally crabbed. And as soon as they touch down, they just
mm,
straighten up. I guess they have the shimmer links on the wheel so they
mm,
can actually twist the wheels a bit.
mm. No, Bjorn did not. Okay, guys, the stream is just jerking a bit because I'm taking screenshots. Every time it stops, it's just when I press the V button that I've configured for screenshots. Okay, that is not
Yeah,
bad.
see, it's a good landing. It's just you can
Yeah,
see that you're just deviating because your airplane is like 5 degrees to the right, and by the time you
yeah,
correct, you've already moved it.
exactly. So I need to just correct a little bit sooner, that's all.
Yeah.
But then I've got the issue, like I said, the freaking, oh, that thing goes to another tower. The rudders is very sensitive. I'm gonna have to find out a better way of setting them up. Excellent, Johan. Always good to have a plan B. Fortunately, from this angle, you don't really see it. Alex, you'll check the replay just now. From the tower, you don't really see it that much. They're all jerking around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that noticeable. I mean, you look at some of those real life crosswind landing, and they just slide all over the place in the first 20 feet or so. They land somewhere, and then they jerk it around to bring it back to center line.
Yeah. Well, I got from the VA 435 points, perfect landing, etc., etc. So I'm happy. Is that what you mean, Johan? I think I've moved all the knobs now.
Can you just share your XP realistic presets once you're done, powering it off?
Okay, there's a lot, so it's not that easy, and I will probably have to go sit somewhere and do it alone. But basically what happens is you come into your XP realistic like this. I don't know if I mapped it or whether it was done automatically, but the X button basically brings it up for you. Then it shows you your profile for the aircraft that is in use, and you can obviously see the master value of the volume. You can reset, delete it, and then there's the different categories. So if you start scrolling, maybe it's easier if I just scroll through them than to read everyone, and then you can just pause the video. This is pretty much standard, eh? The thing that I do switch off, I will show you. It's the wind. This one, the airframe wind. This one I switch off purposefully, because if you don't do that, once you are flying, it's like in your ears all the time. That's correct, Johan. That is true.
I mean, probably the best thing is just to go to them, and I'll take screenshots.
Yeah. So this is the last setting in the series of settings anyway, and then you can just scroll through. That's the only thing I really change. I love it. I mean, I can't fly without it, really. If I go to my test explain and there's no movement, it's like I feel agitated. Something's missing. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, see, this is what I miss. My airplane's too quiet. I mean, I land in gusty winds and nothing moves.
Exactly. And a lot of streamers do that, the bullshit baffles brains kind of a thing. So they make their streams look good and like they can do good landings, but they don't have the weather on, and they don't have all these things that give movement. And yeah, I know.
Oh, I can grease a landing in no wind condition.
Exactly.
Perfect visibility.
Yeah, we all can. It's a question of, I just don't want to fly like that.
I mean, in a Cat 3 Autoland, I can go watch Netflix while the plane lands itself.
Yeah.
That's why I love my GA aircraft so much, or the 727, because, just actually got to fly those things.
Right, well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I think it's time for me to go to bed now. Alex, I'll speak to you in a second. Let's just cancel the stream quickly. And hello, McTry
No
on the
problem,
end
no
here.
problem.
Guys, thank you for watching. We'll talk again probably tomorrow. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye.